Vegas. That was 7 years ago. And I won. Elias stood up, his face hardening. No. I need to teach her a lesson she'll never forget. What are you gonna do? Richard asked. Elias grinned a predatory, dangerous grin. Chapter 4. The DNA of Discomfort. Back at the Gilded Lily, the construction was nearing completion, but a new mystery had emerged. Jackson Steele's mother had stopped by to drop off his lunch, and Bianca had noticed something terrifying. Sloane, Bianca whispered, pulling her into the supply closet. I saw Jackson's mom. So? People have mothers, Bianca. It's a biological fact. No, you don't understand. She looks exactly like Leo. The eyes, the nose, the way she tilts her head when she's annoyed. Sloane, 14 years ago? The library basement? Do the math. Sloane felt the world tilt. No, Leo is Elias's son. He has Elias's. Actually, he doesn't have Elias's anything. He's smart and grounded. Elias is. Well, Elias. Sloane, you were a freak in college. You told us. I was exploring my options. Sloane hissed. But Leo is 13. Jackson said it was 14 years ago. At that moment, Jackson walked by, wiping sweat from his forehead. Hey, Sloane, your kid, Leo. He's a good kid. He was here earlier. He told me he has trouble breathing sometimes. Me too. Poor circulation in the left leg? I had that as a kid. He outgrew it? So did I. Sloane felt like she was going to vomit. Lots of people have poor circulation, Jackson. It's a common trait among humans. Just saying. Jackson winked. He's a spitfire. Reminds me of myself. Sloane turned to Bianca. I need a DNA test. Now, how are you going to get it? Bianca, you have a friend in the FBI. Get me the swabs. I'm going to swab every male in a 5-mile radius, if I have to. Chapter 5. The Potted Plant Paradox. That evening, the Thorne household was a powder keg. Madame Beatrice, the family's eccentric housekeeper, grandmother figure, was busy doing laundry and complaining about her ailments. Getting old is a curse, Sloane. Beatrice grumbled. My stomach is in knots. The doctor gave me the green medicine, but it's a hassle to use. Just take your medicine, Beatrice, Sloane said, distracted. She was currently stalking the hallway, looking for a way to swab Leo and Elias without them noticing. Suddenly, Sloane spotted something on the floor outside Leo's room. A small, hand-rolled cigarette. A joint. Oh, my God, Sloane whispered. Her world exploded. Leo is on the devil's lettuce. She burst into the living room, where Elias was practicing his serious broadcaster face in the mirror. Elias. Our son is a crackhead. Elias jumped. What? He's 13. He hasn't even mastered long division. Look. She held up the joint like it was a piece of radioactive waste. I found it outside his room. He's going to turn into Peaches. You remember your Uncle Harold? They call him Peaches now because he lost all his teeth to the drugs. It's weed, Sloane, not meth, Elias said, though he looked genuinely concerned. Wait, is it kush? I don't care what it is. It's a gateway drug. Next thing you know, he'll be trading his orthodontic braces for a hit of heroin. We need an intervention. We need to call the police. We need to call that guy on the news who yells at teenagers. Sloane, calm down. Let's talk to him first. Leo walked in, looking confused. Why is Mom holding a piece of trash, like it's a holy relic? Leo, Sloane screamed. Are you high right now? Are you smoking the Mary Jane? Leo stared at the joint. Then he looked at Madame Beatrice, who was lurking in the kitchen doorway. Then he looked back at his mother. Mom, I got an A on my chemistry test today. I'm flying high on academic success. Don't lie to me. I found it in the hallway. I'm 15, Mom. If I was smoking weed, I wouldn't leave it in the hallway like a breadcrumb. I'm not an idiot. K. Then whose is it? Sloane demanded. Elias stepped forward. Maybe it's mine? Sloan turned on him. Yours? You're a professional. You're the voice of the tri-state area. I was stressed. Elias lied, trying to cover for the fact that he was actually planning a fake confession to test Sloane's trust later. But then he saw Madame Beatrice winking at Leo. Wait, Leo said, catching on. Madame Beatrice stepped forward, looking sheepish. It's for the nausea. The doctor prescribed it. I'm taking chemotherapy, you nosy people. I have a little cancer, but I didn't want to make a fuss, because you two are already so dramatic. The room went silent. Sloane felt like the smallest person on earth. Beatrice, you have cancer? A little. The doctor says 3 more treatments, and I'm back to being a nuisance. Now, give me back my medicine. And stop screaming. You're making my tumor throb. Chapter 6. The Dinner Party of Doom. The following Friday, Sloane decided the only way to fix the cosmic imbalance of her life was to host a dinner party. The goal: fix up Bianca, who was lonely, and prove to herself that her life was normal. She invited a group of eligible bachelors from Elias's gym men, whose IQs were roughly the same as their bicep circumference. The guests included Officer Bill, a policeman who wore his uniform to dinner because he wanted to feel powerful; Scotty, a high school football coach who spoke entirely in sports metaphors. Sloane had also, inadvertently, invited Richard and Keisha. Oh, look at this house, Keisha gushed, running a hand over Sloane's curtains. It's so traditional. We're doing red drapes at the studio, much more modern. Keisha, Sloane said through grit teeth. Help yourself to some water. It's the only thing in this house that isn't for sale. Bianca arrived, wearing a dress that was approximately 3 sizes too small. I'm here. Where are the men? Where is the meat on the bone? The dinner was a disaster from the first course. So, Bianca, Scotty the coach said, how's your off-season going? You looking to get back on the field? Maybe run some drills? I'm an accountant, Scotty, Bianca said. The only drills I run are on tax returns. Officer Bill was busy trying to profile Portia. You look nervous, Portia. You hiding something? You got unpaid parking tickets. You look like a runner. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Sloane was having a breakdown. Elias walked in, looking smug. Ha, having fun, babe? Elias asked. By the way, I invited a surprise guest. Since we're all about honesty and verification now, I invited Applies Des. Elias asked, Atas, when mimulu prose, when maitu sikisia, and endikas, when nakorandesas, was bintas. Atase, when nakorande. The doorbell rang. In walked Jackson Steele. Hey, everyone, Jackson said, looking ruggedly handsome in a flannel shirt. I heard there was a party, and I brought the blueprints for the new column. Sloane's face turned the color of a ripe beet. Jackson, what are you doing here? Elias invited me, Jackson said, looking at Elias. He said you were having trouble supporting your roof. I'm here to help. Elias leaned in. I know everything, Sloane. I know about the library basement. I know about the column. And I know you went to see Tiffany Vane after you said you trusted me. Sloane stood up, her fork clattering against her plate. 14 years ago, when I was young and dumb and didn't know that muscleheads could become contractors, Bianca stood up. And Leo might be Jackson's son. The entire table went silent. Even the 22 Clydesdales Keisha wanted for her wedding seemed to stop in their tracks. Jackson looked at Leo. Leo looked at Jackson. Wait, Jackson said. 14 years ago? Sloane. I had a vasectomy when I was 19. An unfortunate pencil accident in preschool led to some permanent issues. I can't have kids. Sloane blinked. You can't? Nope. I'm a closed circuit, Jackson said, reaching for a bread roll. Leo is 100% Elias's. Unfortunately for the kid, Elias looked at Sloane. You thought our son wasn't mine? I was confused. Bianca said the mother looked like him. My mother looks like everyone, Jackson shouted. She has a very generic face. Chapter 7.